Number 3. The destruction of Terminus. After discovering that the prison she and her friends had been living in was destroyed, Carol went searching for Rick and other survivors. She tracked them to a large factory complex known as Terminus. This domain of horrors was home to a group of cannibals who killed and consumed all who arrived looking for refuge. Not willing to allow her friends to perish, she did the only thing she could do: blow shit up. Because of the explosion, Rick and the others managed to escape their captors. Finally safe in the woods, the group is unexpectedly reunited with Carol. When Rick asks if she was the one who saved them, all Carol could do was smile through her tears, just happy to be with her family again. Number 2. The execution of Jed. After being lured by a scream for help, Carol and her son, Henry, are cornered by a group of ex-saviors who rob them of the food and supplies that they were taking to Hilltop. Carol is willing to let Jed and his group take the items without a fight, but Jed takes it a step further and asks for Carol's wedding ring. This sends Henry into fight mode, but he is quickly thrown to the ground. Carol gives Jed the ring to protect her son from further danger. Later that night, Carol pays a visit to the man whose life she once spared. She tells him that she could let the ring go, but there were items in the ex-savior's possession that had belonged to Alexandrians who went out and never came back home. Jed swears he and his people didn't hurt her friends. To this, Carol replies, "But you hurt my son." She drops a match and turns to leave, smirking at the sound of their screams behind her. Number 1. The execution of Alpha. During a community fair being held at the Kingdom, residents from several communities go missing. Later, Lydia alerts King Ezekiel that her mother, Alpha, leader of the Whisperers, was at the fair. Sadik is found in the woods tied to a tree by Daryl, Michonne, and Yumiko. Sadik points them to a hill aligned with wooden poles. As the four approach the hill, they see familiar faces atop the poles. The highwaymen, Enid, Tara, and Tammy are quickly recognized. However, it is the last pole which brings Carol's world crashing down. Her son, Henry, is among the dead. Still reeling from her son's death and desperate to see Alpha pay for what she's done, Carol turns to an old foe for help, Negan. She makes a deal with him: if she releases him and he brings her Alpha's head, then she will make sure he stays out of his prison cell. Negan accepts the offer and infiltrates the Whisperers' camp. It takes him some time, but he makes good on his word and brings Alpha's head to Carol. Although her enemy is dead, Carol chastises Negan. She told him to make it fast. To this, Negan says that he was trying to get out with his head still attached, and shit like that took time. He asks Carol if they can go back to Alexandria, but Carol tells him she's not going back at the moment and he should wait. Negan wants to know how long he has to wait. Carol says she needs to be alone, and shit like that takes time.